guys, welcome to my channel and welcome back. If you're a returning viewer, it's great to have you here with me. And today I am really excited because we are going to be going over our first fall and Halloween candle haul of the year. And what better way to kick it off than with a classic Bath and Body Works fall haul. Yes, it is already that time of year. Fall is hitting shelves in the candle market. Halloween decor is hitting stores. If you go to Home Goods or Marshalls or TJ Maxx, you're seeing Halloween everywhere. And most recently, obviously, Bath and Body Works has put out their Halloween collection, although they're calling it the Summerween collection. It is a little bit confusing, but I will talk about that later in the video. But yes, I can't believe that it's already that time of year. I'm super excited to see what everyone has cooking, and I can't wait to just talk about fall and Halloween again. So let's just go ahead and jump right into everything that I bought at Bath and Body Works this week. All right, so let's go ahead and get these two out of the way really quick, just because I've talked about them to no end on this channel in previous years. And that is, of course, pumpkin apple and pumpkin carving. These are the quintessential fall candles for me, and usually I wait a little bit longer to pick these up, but they did have a really good $12.95 candle sale this week, and I thought, what the hell, why not? And this year I'm actually really excited for the pumpkin carving because I actually really think that the design is super cute this year. It's not my favorite packaging for this specific fragrance, but it's so much better than whatever they had going on last year. It's got this cool, almost like haunted mansion type gothic mirror situation going on, almost like a wallpaper. And I actually do like the little pumpkins on there. They look like little miniature pieces, and it actually kind of reminds me of like I Spy Spooky Mansion. If you guys ever were familiar with that series, when I was a kid I was like super obsessed with I Spy Spooky Mansion, or maybe it was I Spy Haunted Mansion. I had like the physical book. I would always read it at the book fairs. So I do like the vibe that they have going on with this one, as well as with the lids this year. It looks like it's almost like a spooky headboard. Again, not my favorite packaging for this, but so much better, more in line with Halloween and the fragrance as opposed to last year's version of it. All right, so the next four candles that I have here are all brand new to me. And the first one up here is White Pumpkin and Oakwood. So White Pumpkin and Oakwood has scent notes of fresh picked white pumpkin, smooth sandalwood, and spiced pear. So this one has been on my radar for a few years now. I've seen a few people talk about it. I've smelled it in stores a couple of times, and I wasn't really impressed with it on my first couple of times smelling it. But when I first smelled it in store this season, it kind of just hit me in the right way. It's got that really nice gingery white pumpkin that is synonymous with the regular white pumpkin that is available at Bath and Body Works. But then it's also got that really smooth, nice, almost creamy wooden note from the sandalwood, and then just a hint of freshness from that spiced pear. It's not really spiced to me. There's maybe just a little bit of cinnamon, but it's not overly spicy. It's not your typical pumpkin spice scent. And I think that spiced pear is really in there just to create this sense of like maybe outdoor air, cold autumn air, if you will. But overall, what I'm really digging about this candle is just how like smooth and calming it feels. It feels very warm and cozy. And it almost reminds me of like the coziness of pumpkin carving. I feel like these are kind of sister fragrances in a way, although this is like the lighter, airier version of pumpkin carving. Although smelling them back to back, they don't smell particularly similar, but they're kind of hitting my nose in the same way. I don't know if that makes sense, but they kind of occupy the same headspace for me. But I'm really excited to try this one out this season. I feel like this is a really good starter fall candle. It doesn't smell too overbearingly heavy spiced fall, and I think that'll work really well for like August, early September when it's still pretty hot outside. But yeah, overall, really digging this one. Can't wait to actually burn it. All right, up next here, I believe is one that is brand new for this year. At least if it's not, I haven't smelled it before, and that is Sunlit Trails. So the scent notes on Sunlit Trails are fir branches, bright citrus, and golden sun rays. So typically I'm not really a huge fan of fir as a scent note in fall candles. I'm typically someone who enjoys fir as like a Christmas time scent. I think it just works a lot better in that context. So usually when I see fir in a fall candle, I'll smell it and be like, oh yeah, this is another Christmas tree scent. But with this one specifically, there's something different in here that does make it read as fall to me, or maybe even summertime, because what this candle smells like to me specifically is if you've ever just been out in the woods, like camping on a hot summer day, hot fall day. It doesn't smell cold. It doesn't smell wintry at all to me. It smells very, very warm. And that's what just hit me as that like summer into early fall vibe. You do get that specific fir tree in there, and there is a specific like lemony, almost orange citrus as well. But I think it's that sunlit rays note, whatever that is giving it that warm feeling. It's probably like a mix of amber, if I just had to guess, but whatever that note is that's adding that effect to this candle really just takes me to like back when I used to go camping with my grandparents, and makes this one smell really nostalgic and fun. And I do think that goes perfectly with the label here, which is that campfire mug with the little tent and trees. It's very encapsulating as to what this fragrance is. So yeah, this one really surprised me. I was not expecting to like this one at all, but I ended up really enjoying it. So I hope it keeps that vibe when it's lit. All right, up next here, I believe is a fragrance that's returning from a few years ago, and that is Acorn Lane. So the scent notes on Acorn Lane are autumn leaves, warm cinnamon, and crisp gala apples. Now, this one is like a classic fall scent, in my opinion. It just really hit me nostalgically. It smells so similar to something that I had in my childhood, maybe like a Glade candle or a Febreze candle. I used to get a lot of those. It's just got that like classic cinnamon apple feel to it. It's very warm. It's very comforting. The cinnamon in this candle really packs a punch. So if you hate cinnamon in your candles, you just don't like cinnamon fragrances at all, this one's definitely not the one for you. But the cinnamon in this candle kind of has like a weird funk to it that I really like. It doesn't smell overwhelmingly like sweet. It's kind of almost got this like savoriness to it, like a cinnamon that you would include in like a savory dinner, which is kind of a weird descriptor, but that's like just immediately what came to my mind when I smelled this. I don't know if it's like that leaves note that's in there that's mixing in with the cinnamon to make it smell like that, but it's almost like you're making like a soup or something, like a really savory soup with like chicken broth and maybe cooking an apple pie at the same time. But it's also got like a little bit of an outdoorsy feel. There's almost like a little bit of like a crisp air to it as well. It's very funky, but I really like it. It makes it almost endearing and just smells classic to me. It's almost like if you guys have ever tried like campfire apples from Yankee Candle, the way that that candle has like a funky like dinner spice to it, that's kind of the vibe that I get from this one. I don't know if anyone else smells that in this, but that's kind of what's keeping me coming back to this one. I cannot wait to light this one up and see how it transforms during the burning process. But yeah, really nostalgic, kind of your quintessential fall vibe going on there, and I can't wait to try this one out. All right, and last but certainly not least here, we have the big new Halloween fragrance that they're pushing this season, and that is Ice Cream Float. So the scent notes on Ice Cream Float are fizzing cola, frightful vanilla float, and spooky sweetness. So when the Bath & Body Works Halloween stuff kind of started first leaking, I was kind of disappointed and kind of not really looking forward to whatever this was going to be. I mean, you hear the scent notes on this and you think, obviously not a Halloween fragrance. And yeah, it's not, but it actually is really good. I really ended up loving this scent. It's kind of a weird concoction of fragrances, and it's not what I was expecting this to be at all. I was kind of assuming that this was going to be along the lines of like a root beer float, but it's not root beer at all, and it's kind of cola, but not exactly cola. I mean, you do get that sort of syrupy cola scent in there, but there's a surprising amount of like a lime going on. Almost smells like it's 75% like 7-Up, or maybe like a Sierra Mist, and then just like a splash of like your Pepsi Coke type scent. And then of course you get that smooth smooth vanilla in there as well. I wouldn't necessarily call it like a vanilla bean ice cream or ice cream in general. I don't think there's enough vanilla in this candle for it to play off as like an ice cream float to me. It almost smells like a lime sorbet, if you will, like a fizzy lime sorbet. You do get that really nice like effervescent note in there. But yeah, I was really surprised by this. I did not expect to like this thing as much as I do. It's definitely not a scent that I associate with Halloween time, but this is perfect for that whole summerween thing that they're trying to do right now. And I actually gave a burn to this one today, and it was actually fairly strong, not necessarily overpowering or anything, but it is really nice and bubbly for the summertime. But yeah, overall, ice cream float, not exactly what I expected it to be. I do wish that they would go for more spooky fragrances over the sweet and bubbly ones. But if this is the direction that they're going to go into, at least they gave us a great scent with this one. So let's go ahead and jump into talking Halloween. So when the first set of leaks were coming out for the Halloween collection and we got the name of the Frankenstein's Bakery, I'll admit I was a little bit nervous that I wasn't going to personally like the collection this year. And then the more that started trickling out, the more previews we saw, and then eventually when they released the entire collection, my fears were verified, unfortunately. I just don't really like the vibe of the Halloween collection this year. Not that there isn't a lot of cute pieces, there are a lot of really cute pieces. Specifically, the witchy stuff this year, I think really lands. All of the witch cauldron pieces, I think look really, really awesome. The wallflower is amazing. They have a cute little pocket back holder, which is the same as the wallflower with this really cool like light changing effect. I was very close to picking that one up. And even the witch's cauldron body care holder I thought was a really cool piece. They had this really cute black cat, and obviously I'm a little bit biased towards that piece because it does remind me of Samhain, but it's like this cute little vampire kitty. I almost picked that one up as well, but I just have way too many of the 3-wick candle holders to justify it. I thought the little witchy potion cabinet was actually really cool and super intricate in person. They have a lot of little doohickeys on there. Honestly, a majority of the wallflowers, and I feel like a majority of the wallflowers every year, are actually really impressive and well made, well put together. The little bat coffin is also kind of cool, but I just don't like the little heart symbol on there. It's a little bit too cutesy for me, and that's just kind of the vibe that is throughout the whole collection. I do like the pieces, but then they have just like these little accents on there that just land like too cutesy. But if that's your vibe, all the power to you. I think that they are very well made pieces. They just don't personally fit into what I go after for like Halloween decor. But even the ones that like should appeal to me, I just didn't really feel like they were up to the quality. Like I like that melty skull piece, but the little oil slick on it is just a little bit like too much. I don't necessarily know what I would do with that piece. I don't know how it would fit in with other decor. I feel like it's hard to decorate with that specific piece. The disco ball spider though is the one that I'm like, what is this? I don't understand. Like I know it's like a spider and it's supposed to be like creepy, but then it's like this glittery disco ball. It's just kind of, I don't know about that piece. But the one that disappointed me the most, hands down, is the Frankenstein hand. I think that's such a cool concept. Like I love the classic Universal monsters, love Frankenstein, love Dracula, but just the way that they went about that piece is just head scratching to me. It almost looks like they tried to go for like a blow mold type of vibe, but it just looks really plasticky and cheap. I would have so much preferred that they went with like the witch hand route and made it like ceramic and detailed, but I guess that wouldn't have really fit the vibe of what they were going for. And then it's also confusing because they're like marketing this as like the Summerween collection, but nothing really comes off as like summery. I don't know if they're just trying to capitalize on like the trend of Summerween right now, which which I'm gonna be honest, I'm not like a really huge fan of Summerween. I don't need to see like a watermelon or pineapple jack-o'-lantern. Like in concept, it's cute, but I think it's just a bit much to like make products specifically for that. And then to pair with the decor pieces, the scents that they chose to go with this year kind of disappointed me as well. Although I do really like Ice Cream Flow, it's not really a Halloween fragrance. And then the only other new fragrance that came out in the 3-wick was like the Spellbinding Sweets, which was like the gourmand candle that had the snow globe on it. And honestly, I think as of right now, I don't even think that you can get that. I think that was only available during the previews, which is weird. And then the only other brand new scent that they came out with is Locked Into Wallflowers Only, which is a weird option because it's another like cookie gourmand scent. People would really like gourmand scents, but it's just in a wallflower. So yeah, kind of a head scratching year for me personally. Unfortunately, another year that I'm just not really digging the collection as a whole. Although there was one piece this year that I actually really liked and really thought was cute, and I did pick that up, and that was this little ghost pocket back holder. It is very basic. It's just a sheet ghost holding a pumpkin, but that just like gets me. It's so classic Halloween. And what's really cool about it too is that it lights up, but not only does it light up, but it is also glow in the dark. It might be a little bit hard to see, but the light basically charges it, and once the light is off, it does glow in the dark. So glow in the dark things, that's kind of like my kryptonite. I'm going to fall for it every time. I'm hoping that maybe we'll see another line of Halloween this year at some point, or maybe just some more additional pieces. I know last year they did like the Halloween part 2 with the Stranger Things collection, which I really liked. And I know there's some people out there who have been saying that maybe there's a part 2 coming, or that there's another collab coming. Now, I know absolutely nothing about that. That's all just like speculation, but I think it would be really cool to see another wave of Halloween or another collab, i.e. like what they did with Stranger Things. I know they did like the Disney collection this year. Maybe they have like another Disney collection coming out with like villains or something. I think that would be really cool. Or maybe even like Haunted Mansion, which I think would be even better. Or another that I'm just gonna throw out there personally would get me is definitely Nightmare Before Christmas. I feel like that property is kind of like a money printing machine. So I feel like it would make sense for Bath and Body Works to want to gravitate towards that property, especially for Halloween time or even Christmas time if they really wanted to do that. But I think that's enough rambling from me about the Bath and Body Works Halloween collection. Let me know what you guys think. I have been seeing a lot of mixed things. I've been seeing a lot of people say they really like it or they really don't like it, that they're skipping out. Did you guys love it? Did you guys pick anything up? Is this your favorite collection of the past few years? I'm really interested to know what like the general consensus is. So let me know down in the comments. I'm really excited that we are now back in the season of being able to talk about fall and Halloween stuff. There is so much more coming down the pipeline. I'm so excited to get back into the swing of things, and I hope that you guys are excited too. Remember to leave a like if you guys enjoyed this video and subscribe for more candle content because I always have more on the way very soon. Until the next one, I'll see you guys later. Bye.